okay, where the attorney in the network, if they need an original document, they just open up a request in the system. At that time, we have another unit. It's not located in Pennsylvania, where I'm located. They contact custodians and they contact their own records. They go to different investors. They don't do an affidavit of this fashion unless they've exhausted all efforts.
Okay, would it be fair to say that you're not involved in any of those efforts?
That is fair to say.
When they do ask you to execute the affidavit of lost original document.
No, they asked me to execute this for the foreclosure department. Because, after our conversations between the attorney and then this other department, they determine it's not available. See, and then I'm the foreclosure team lead. I handle the document execution.
So it would be accurate to say that the department that actually searches for the lost note would have a better understanding of why it's lost and where the search occurred.
That is a fair statement.
It says that the copy of said note attached to the complaint is a true and correct copy and substantial copy of the lost note. It says that the copy of the note attached to the complaint is a true and correct and substantial copy of the lost or destroyed note. Do you review any documents before executing the affidavits of lost original documents?
No, I do not. So I review this. Wait, let me change this. Okay, excuse me, I do review this. However, I do not review documents. I rely once again on my attorney network. They're requesting the document and the communications between the departments to determine if it's lost or not.
Okay. For the portion that sets claims in the paragraph 1, a client has custody and personal knowledge of the account pertaining to the original mortgage loan instruments. A client has actual and personal knowledge of the facts stated herein and is authorized to make this affidavit. Would that be accurate?
Yes, that is accurate.
You being the affiant have custody and personal knowledge of the account pertaining to the original mortgage loan instruments?
Well, yeah. I do not have the specific knowledge of this one account, but I understand what the other department does, and in general that they're trying to locate these documents.
All right. And so in this particular case, there was no attached to the complaint. You would have no way of ascertaining that because you don't actually review.
Well, no. Again, that is determined by our attorney's office.
All right. How about when this complaint in this case was filed? There was no note attached to the complaint, correct?
Well, from what you just handed me, no, there's no note.
Based on what I provided to you?
Yes.
Do you normally review notes to make sure that they're a true and correct copy of the lost note?
No, I do not. That is not in my position.
It's not in your position?
No, that is correct.
And going back just for a second to the lost note affidavit, that is your signature, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And your understanding is that the attorney representing from your network drafts this?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. This is a copy of the note filed after the complaint in this case. I don't have the notice of the filing page. Have you ever seen this document before?
Well, I've seen these types of documents, but I've not seen this document.
All right, and this wouldn't have been the document that you reviewed in executing the lost note affidavit?
No. Once again, we do not review the note. Our attorney determines that the note is not available through our processes.
Okay, Mr. Stephan. This is the newly found note. Here, as you can see, if you can compare the two notes, one has a couple of additional endorsements, whereas the previous one did not. Is that a correct statement?
Well, that's what I observed here. Yes.
In the review of those two notes and the endorsements that are on them, have you seen this type of situation before, where one note that has been filed in the case is endorsed and the other is a more complete record of endorsements?
No, I have not.
In following along the endorsements, can you determine who was the last owner of the note prior to your company's?
Sorry, can you rephrase that?
Can you determine if the GMAC Mortgage LLC has acquired the mortgage note from?
Okay. The first endorsement here, it has a date. It says Mortgage Investor Corporation. Okay. It's signed on February 27th, and I believe that's 2002.
All right. And they were the original lender. And then, as you can see, there is another endorsement there too. I believe GMAC Mortgage Corporation. And there is also one GMC Bank, correct?
That's correct, according to the observation that I see on this document.
Why did you execute the assignment of mortgage on behalf of MERS as nominee for the original lender and not the last lender itself?
Well, because you stated it's an assignment of mortgage. I mean, it's not an assignment of note.
Okay, is it your understanding that MERS does not assign the mortgage every time the note is transferred?
I wouldn't have knowledge of that.
Alright, do you know who would have knowledge of that?
Nope, I don't.
Have you seen that document before?
Well, I've seen this. I haven't seen this document until recently when I found out I was coming here.
I'm going to direct your attention to paragraph 5, where there has been an objection based on our request for all MERS system documents, records, computer data, or other MERS information reviewed by Jeffrey Stephan prior to executing the assignment of mortgage filed in this case to return the proper SND. It's been objected to as vague and ambiguous and improperly presumes that plaintiff has custody or control over any MERS system documents. As a MERS vice president, you don't have access to any MERS system documents?
Nope, I don't.
Okay then.
I don't work for MERS.
Alright, in paragraphs, request number 7. As far as the search for lost note, you didn't actually partake in that search. So you're not aware of any locations that were searched, other than by other people.
Right, that's correct.
You know who these people would be that search for the note?
Well, yeah. There's a team that's in our Minnesota office. I mean, I'm not familiar with exactly who would actually do the search for said document.
What's the name of that team? Do you know the name of that team?
But I don't have a formal name for him. I mean, I call him document control, but yeah, that's my own name.
So if you look at paragraph 2 and 3, can you explain to me why Fannie Mae would have the beneficial or equitable interest in the promissory note based on your understanding?
No, that's not.
And earlier when we discussed MERS documentation where Ginnie Mae was identified as the investor, would it be fair to say that the beneficial or equitable interest would actually lie with the person who made the loan?
No, I don't have that knowledge.
Alright, based on the MERS documentation that I presented to you earlier, where the investor was identified as Ginnie Mae, in paragraph 5 here, they are identifying Fannie Mae as the investor. Do you have any understanding of as to why those two things would
no.
Why would there be a discrepancy there? And going back to the mortgage loan ownership and the interrogatories one more time, can you explain why one entity would have the beneficial interest and another entity would have the legal interest, based on your company's photograph?
I don't have that knowledge.
Alright, GMAC Mortgage owns some loans and servicers, is that correct?
We own some loans and we service some loans. GMAC. GMAC owns some loans and services some loans. That's correct, right?
Okay, do they own, and then in other instances they both own the loan and service the loan?
That would be a fair statement.
Is it possible that GMAC Mortgage is the servicer for this loan, and another entity, whether it be Fannie Mae or Ginnie Mae, or any other entity for that matter, perhaps is the owner, and GMAC is just the servicer?
Possible. I mean, I'm not familiar enough to say yes or no.
Okay, Mr. Stephan. I would just like to ask the assignment of mortgage and the information on it. This is not created by anyone at this specific document isn't actually created by a member or a worker for GMAC Mortgage. It was actually created by the attorney.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the attorney would have to be relying on business records of GMAC informing us.
Yeah, that would be correct, yes.
Okay, and as for the lost note, this too is created by the attorney?
Right, right. That's correct. That's correct. Yes.
All right, I think that does it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. That actually didn't go so bad.